Hey, my name is Shovel, the name of the channel is Shovel, and this video is a little bit different from what I normally do on here. For one thing, I'm standing in front of a green screen, which is kind of different, so let's put something back there. Yeah, you know how green screens work. In addition, this video is going to be kind of an arts and crafts thing. And I don't usually do arts and crafts, it's just kind of not really my niche, but I put a poll on my community page on this channel, and you said that you wanted me to do a different video. But the video that is currently in first place is going to be really, really long, and it takes a long time to make that one. So I have started writing a script for it, which I don't usually do, but this one's going to be a lot quicker to make, and I figured you wouldn't mind if I made this one first. This one is in second place currently, so a couple people wanted it first. And this video is about a type of vertical windmill that I saw a few times when I was a real little guy, and I'm going to try to rebuild it from memory. The reason I'm kind of interested in it is that it's something that I've never seen since then. I've only ever seen that one little hand-built model, and that was like 40 years ago. And so, you know, once in a while I'll try to like Google vertical windmills and still not see anything like it. And I figured, you know what, I could just build one and put it on the YouTube, and then, you know, at some point, maybe if you're a windmill enthusiast, you might go, oh yeah, that's made by so-and-so. And you can put that down in the comments below, and then I can learn, kind of close that chapter in my mind. And if it's something that doesn't exist anywhere else, then I can kind of give it back to the world, since the world seems to have forgotten about it. So either way, I think that's a win. If you're watching this video right here, then spoiler alert, that means I was successful in my first try, because this is my first try. I just got, you know, a bunch of stuff here that I think is going to make the thing successful. Now, I'm not making myself any kind of like desert island thing where I have to make it out of just what fits on here. If I find that I need some other part, I'm going to go get it and stick it into the video. But this is going to be my first attempt at it. Hopefully I'm successful, and I guess, you know, otherwise I'll record a second video. So we're going to take the camera and put it up over top. We're going to speed things up, play some music, and we'll chat when I'm done. Okay, while I get organized, let's go ahead and talk about business a little bit. If you just found me here for the first time on this video, I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I'm not usually an arts and crafts sort of dude, so we're learning together on this one. If you already know me, you might be wondering why I've got this green screen set up behind me. Well, it doesn't belong to me. I've been given the opportunity to work on some other stuff at work, and this is part of that, so it belongs to my employer. Here on YouTube, where it's just us hanging out, I don't really need to look professional because I'm not representing anyone else, but when I'm talking to a business audience, I need to look like I actually have my act together. So this video is secretly practiced to perform that job better when it counts, and, you know, it lets me do something kind of cool for this channel too. So yeah, so this is pretty much what I'm working with. I got this little Dixie cup here. This is probably going to be the most problematic part that I have. I've got some tape. I've got a couple of coat hangers that are going to be a bunch of fun to cut up. I got a nail. I got some shrink wrap. I've got a ballpoint pen. This is the one part that I actually paid money for. I did buy this specifically for this. Everything else was junk I had lying around my house. Well, these aren't junk. I'm going to also be using these business cards from the Afghani grocery store up on Monroe in Spokane, Washington. If you like Afghani food, head on up there. They're pretty nice. They got really good bread too. And this piece of wood right here. The other wood that you see here, that's pretty much just going to be like part of the tools I use. And then I've got some random tools over here that are going to be helpful for it as well. This next part I don't think needs to be narrated. Let's rock out. Well, there you have it. It seems to be functioning at this point. It just took quite a bit of lubricant to make sure everything spins and moves as easily as possible. Obviously, I don't have the greatest skill at constructing arts and crafts while on camera out of literal garbage from around my house, and that screw, which I spent $1.17 on. But hopefully you understand the operating principle here. What's going on? Let's go ahead and stop the fan going. What's going on here is that you've got these two sets of vanes, each of which is connected to a partner at 90 degrees. And so whenever the wind is coming along and pushing on this large face of it, its partner on the other side is presenting the smallest possible profile to the wind. So it cuts through the wind, and then when it's turn to come and get blown by the wind, it falls down, and then it gets pushed by the wind, and its partner is presenting the smallest possible profile. And they just keep traveling around in pairs like that, and of course you saw that operating with the fan going. Now, the other nice thing about this is that if there's some sort of problem or limitation in how much speed the shaft is allowed to run, like if it's running a generator or something like that, whenever the wind blows too hard on this flag, what does it do? It lifts up the partner one and presents a larger profile to the wind, and that balances them out, so the torque is naturally limited. It can't overrun itself. And I thought that's a really cool feature of it too, the self-limiting factor of it. Now, clearly, if you built this with proper engineering and didn't just hastily throw together a bunch of junk, it would work a whole lot more smoothly than mine is doing. But I think the fact that a bunch of garbage thrown quickly together from ancient memories is still functional, that proves that if you built it properly, that'd be a heck of a windmill. Last night when I was filming this, it was dark outside, of course, because I was filming it after work. And so since I was indoors, I just had to blow at it with a fan, and it's completely valid to think, oh, well, you know, if the fan was just blowing at a very specific part of it, you could make it look like it was working even if it really doesn't work in real wind. So I wanted to bring it outdoors today after work, but while the sun was still up, and record it in actual wind so that you could see that it does function. And then, of course, also to validate to myself that this kind of poorly constructed model works. And so here it is. It's like 4:15 in the afternoon, and all right, well, that's probably about as fair as I can give you without any actual wind. So again, thanks for hanging out with me while I do silly stuff. Just like everyone else on YouTube, I always appreciate like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Especially if you know more about this type of windmill, I would definitely love some comments down below, just letting me know what it is, because it's been itching my brain for literal decades at this point, and I just want to know where it came from, aside from just a guy's house that I visited when I was a kid. So anyway, if you want to see more of this type of content, of course, also comment on that. Otherwise, most of the stuff I do, I'm an old guy who works in a garage on cars and sometimes gets them running and goes for a drive. So you could subscribe for that too if you want to. Bye.